One question: when you think you're making decisions about money, are you really deciding with logic, or is your brain calming you down by building a story inside your head? I understood this way too late. Honestly, for years I thought the problem was simply not earning enough. My paycheck would come in, I'd breathe for a few days, and then the same feeling would return: anxiety, like there was a voice inside me saying, it still won't be enough. And then something very simple happened once, and it shook me. One day I opened my banking app, looked at the number in my account, and this strange relief came over me. I even thought, okay, I'm fine. But that same day, when I looked at prices in a store, a different feeling woke up inside me, like the same money wasn't as strong as it used to be. And in that moment, I realized I'm not controlling money. Money is controlling me through emotions. Does that feel familiar to you? Because money isn't just a number. Inside money, there's fear, comfort, shame, pride. And the most dangerous part, the games money plays on us, are very quiet. For example, how do you feel when you lose money? Be honest, it feels like someone hits you. From the inside, right? A number went down, but what you feel isn't a number. It's pain. And that pain is so strong that sometimes it keeps you stuck in the same place for years. I went through this once. I made a small wrong decision. It wasn't a huge amount, but I lost it. From that day on, my brain kept whispering one sentence: see, don't take risks. And for a while, I avoided everything, like I stopped moving, just to feel safe. But later I understood I wasn't safe. I was just frozen. Because the brain feels losses bigger than gains. When you win, you feel happy, yes. But when you lose, that feeling goes deeper. And a lot of the time, we don't even make the right decision, simply because we're afraid of losing. Then there's another game, the illusion of safety. When you have money in your account, you feel good, like you've got backup. But the market quietly changes, prices rise, and one day, when you spend that money, you realize, I had money, but its power dropped. Your brain gives you comfort by saying you have money. But the question you should be asking is, will this money have the same power tomorrow? And there's also the brain getting stuck on a number. Whatever price you saw something for, the first time, your brain writes it down as normal. Then when that price goes up, your brain screams, that's expensive. Even if the real value didn't change, it still feels expensive to you. The same thing happens with salary. The first offer builds a frame in your mind. If that frame is wrong, you can stay underpaid for years. And now let me tell you the strangest part. We don't see money as the same. Not all money feels equal in our brains. Salary feels one way. A bonus feels different. A gift feels different. Unexpected money feels different. That's why when a bonus comes, people spend more easily, because the brain says, this is extra. But money is money. It's just our feelings that change. I've caught myself doing it too. I'll say, I worked so hard this month, I deserve it. And then I go buy something. Maybe I don't even want that thing. I just want to calm that feeling inside me. Because sometimes we don't spend money on a product. We spend money on comfort, on relief, on escape, on filling a gap. Have you ever done that? A hard day, stress, and suddenly it's like, let me eat something outside. I'll feel better. You're not really hungry. Your brain is just searching for comfort. And the market knows this very well. Subscriptions, the buy now, cancel later traps, discount games, all of it targets your brain's desire for now. You say, I'll fix it later. But later, the same now shows up again. And at the end of the month, you sit down and ask one question: where did my money go? And then there's status. This one is quieter, but more poisonous. Sometimes people don't want more money. For comfort, they want it to look higher. And the status race has no finish line. You buy a phone, a newer one comes out, you buy something, after a while it looks normal, and you want something else. This race doesn't make you rich, it just keeps you anxious. Now let's get to the most important part. There's a sentence inside you about money. Maybe you've never said it out loud, but it lives inside you. For some people it's, I can't save money. For others, money is hard for me. And for some, it's even more hidden. Being rich is dangerous. And believe me, that sentence quietly controls all your decisions. When I started changing it, my money didn't magically increase overnight, but my decisions changed. And when decisions change, results change too. You can try something today. It's simple. When you want to spend money, ask yourself, am I buying this because I need it or to calm a feeling? If the answer is a feeling, then the problem isn't the product. The problem is that feeling. Then ask, if I made this decision 24 hours from now, would I still do it? That question weakens your brain's now trap. And the last question, who am I doing this for? For myself? Or to look a certain way in other people's eyes? Because the truth is, money isn't just money. Money is a mix of emotions. And if you want to control money, the first thing you have to control isn't the numbers. It's your brain. If you saw yourself in this video, it means you're not alone. This is human psychology, but the person who understands it starts controlling the game. If you want, in the next video, I'll give you a simple 7-day system to rebuild your money habits from zero, a system that even someone in debt can apply. Like the video, subscribe to the channel, because here, we're not talking about the visible side of money, we're opening the hidden side. And now, back to that first question, are your money decisions really logic or just a story your brain is